darkness of this nature spirit. Be touch and keep us safe. If you have strong faith, you will stay alive. If you live with love, you shall survive. If you have strong faith, you must stay alive.
Yes, greetings to each and everyone out there. Things and Times there with you. We just want to say something that happened on Friday. It was funerals. I'm going to come in and just do a snip chat. And I don't understand what will take place, but I play some traditional music. And the music, the program get black internationally, you know, and we are saying salutations and everything to my family and my ex-wife family, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. So we are sending this to Sturgraph right now then. Same way said speed, intermediate. Watch it.
Ba 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 ba. I sing bliss and jazz. My brother and my sister, only God's grace can see you through. Yes, my brother, my sister, only God's grace can see you through. Though you've been working very hard and long, you wonder what is wrong. And though you've given them your all alone, they never seem to look your way. And if you even try to make a speech, there's always someone to criticize. And you wonder why people wanna see you capsize. My brother, my sister, only God's grace can see you through. My brother and my sister, only God's grace will see us through. And if you look until the day is done beneath the burning sun, I know you wonder if the time will come when you will have your run. If you've been seeking opportunity and you fight for liberty, then stop your wandering, just live up and be free. My brother, my sister, only grace can see you through. My brother, my sister, only God's grace can see us through. Oh, yeah. And even if your world is torn apart, you must be strong at heart. 'Cause Father God is treading on your path, and He's been there from start. He said if your burden is heavy, come unto me, and I will give you rest. Oh, and you will find peace of mind. Let me sing the song in the punchline. Oh, my brother, my sister, don't you know that Jah will see you through. My brother, oh, my sister, only God's grace can see you through. My brother, my sister.
Yeah, man. King Stargraph, Uri Sound. Listen.
Oh, baby. Oh, darling. Yeah, 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 yeah. How can I love someone when you need? And how can I love someone when you need? And how can I love someone when you need? And how can I love someone when you need? I want you to understand that we are one. I want you to understand that we are one. And how can I love someone when you are need? And how can I love someone when you are near? I want you to wonder.
See, we are shout out glory. Yeah, man. This is a biggie man story. Listen.
Burn them, burn them, burn them, burn them. Yeah, man, us is a colon to say we are clean out people, you don't know. Heart and soul, you know. I'm Babylon, you can't control it, no. Babylon, you can't control it, no. Babylon, you can't blindfold it, no. Prime Minister, you can't control him. Chum, me no mix up in a them lula lena re re. Me no mix up in a them lula lena re. Me no mix up in a them lula lena re. Me no mix up in a them. Yo, hey, chum, from your clean it I go show. But if you're dirty, what I want? Better love the youth, you better know. Yo, from your clean it I go show. And if you're dirty, what I want? I protect the youth, you better know. Look at the ghetto youth, they juggle in the street. They always sit them. You think they get food to eat like anyone else? They have to rise and sit. No time to slumber, no time to sleep. Babylon I kill the ghetto youth, long time me see it. Conquer them, Babylon must not defeat. Just sing the chorus and I hit me, I go repeat. Yo, because they got the girls them nice and neat. Me now go mix up in a them lola le na re re. Me burn out them lola le re re. Me now mix up in a them lola le na re.
We are getting lay for you, right? Cause we see the fraternity did them work, and then now we see another set of people do something. So we just get to see that Daddy Right overwhelmed with the Lula Lele. So we are say congratulations, said Speed. Yeah, man. Never done before time, nothing.
Now if you want to do something now,
Woo! Baby, you got to do it. Do it, daddy, do it. Do your thing and make a
and if
fling.
you want to hold on to something long,
You can hold on tight. Baby, you got to hold on tight. Because if you say I'm wrong and I know I'm right, let's get
that's the
together.
time you will lose it.
Baby, and let's not fight.
That's that's the time you will lose it.
Gonna lose it outright. Feeling about it. Whop it, baby. Stick, baby. Stick it out.
If you want to do something now,
Hold on tighter and tighter. Baby. That's the time you're gonna lose it. Don't refuse it, baby. Step on the beat, daddy, and move your feet. Rock it. Baby, the weight is shocking. Keep it in time and make it rock
if
it.
you want to say something now,
Say what you want to say. If you got something to say, come on and say that. Woo! Get it out. Yeah,
the
yeah.
time you won't lose it. Lose it.
Baby, you never lose it. If you don't try to refuse it, use it, baby, but don't abuse it.
Lose it. And that's the time you won't lose it. Lose it. Lose it. That's the time.
You'll never lose it if you don't refuse it. Wake the nation. This is your station. Calling the youth. Taking you straight to the musical college, I tell you. Where I can give you just a little more knowledge, I tell you. Huh? Good guys, live it up. Brothers and sisters, if you got me prepped, you gotta watch your step. Yeah, get on the train, you got no one to blame, as I would tell you. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do the preacher one time. Yeah, hit the jack. Live it up, Jack. Train number one is going, I tell you. Be on the railroad track. Get on the train, I tell you. Sure to be on the train, as I would say. Yeah, yeah. Wank your show, Jack. The city gotta be on the go. You can keep on coming to the door. Get me on the railroad track, cause I tell you the train won't be coming back. Let the music rock you. You can let the music shock you one time. Live it up, Jack. Yeah, yeah. Sure, you gotta be wise and be socialized. And I'm telling you, baby, that you're gonna realize. Yeah. Call him, we used to sing a musical song, I say. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Let the music reach you one time.
Yes, Daddy Rai. Yeah, I mean. Anyway, listen, we are dealing with a reflection. We now left black, we haven't left Black History. Forget the month. But I found this to be very important in the school. And now when I run election and everything, it's something to listen to. So I realized that it's just the other day that we were brutalized And we still are, but it was wholesale just the other day, you know. And the world has made mockery of African people. And we've allowed it. Listen this and cry.
He's found horrifying pictures in the family albums of ordinary Southern homes. Photographic record of racial violence in the South. For the past 20 years, he's found horrifying pictures in the family albums of ordinary Southern homes. Many are postcards that were mass-produced as souvenirs.
Some of these images were printed in the tens of thousands and sold for a dime or $1 a piece. Some of the postcards tell you where to write and the discounts you'll get if you buy 1, 10, or 100. They were sold in drugstores and pharmacies. They were sold on the street. I purchased a photograph from a woman. The photographer sold them door to door. Her mother bought the image for $2. A murder that is of particular interest to me was of a 17-year-old boy by the name of Jess Washington in Waco, Texas, in 1916. He was seriously mentally challenged. The wife of the farmer that he worked for was found dead. He was arrested. He was brought to trial. The trial took from 10 until 12. And when the jury came back at noon and found him guilty, someone in the courtroom, and it would have been anyone in the courtroom, screamed out, "Get that nigger." And one of the worst and cruelest treatments of a human being began. Jess was kicked down out of the courthouse, down the back steps where a crowd of several hundred was waiting for him. They put a chain on his neck. There were 16,000 people crowding the street to watch this boy be tortured. Jess was tied to the chain over a branch of a tree. The fire was started. They raised Jess from the fire up into the air so that the crowd could see him. There were cheers, like at a football game, cheering the torturers on. When Jess tried to climb up the chain, hand by hand, they cut his fingers off one by one so that all he could do was slap at the chain. They lowered him back down in the fire. A man came up and castrated him. Another man kept a pole so that he couldn't crawl out of the fire. And time and again, they pulled him up to keep him from dying so that the crowd could be satisfied. Until he finally died.
James Allen has collected a photographic record of...
This is the kind of barbaric actions that for more than 150 years, you see, you hear what me say? More than 150 years were inflicted on black people, African peoples in the United States of America alone. We not talk Caribbean, and we not talk Brazil, we not talk Portugal. You see? And tell me, what has the world been talking about? What has the League of Nations? What have the United Nations? What have the sovereignty of Great Britain? What has the Commonwealth institution? What have anyone done for us? They have done to us, but what have they done for us? Anyone? See? So you have to put things in its perspective and stop jumping around. Because this is what these old Negroes and these young people them in America that are collect some kind of pittance for advocating and projecting erroneous stupidness. And we don't want the same thing to happen here in England. And we think different to them, you know. Don't ever undermine the values that we have, because a lot of excitable vocabulary that is shit cabaret, seriously. Because them not say nothing, scammers. Is we lack leadership across here. And we should be unified to develop ourselves so we can raise our children and we can seek reparation and we can seek mental support, medical support for our families and ourselves who are suffering from slave traumatic syndromes up to this time. You hear the name them give to that young man there, and the names that we all carry. Enough of we name. It just name. And the people them just look in our face and laugh. They might not necessarily be laughing at the fact that we don't know who we are. But what could they be laughing at or laughing with? And now today them are talk about racism and football and them are try to nice it up like say them care. Lie. Care which part? Eh? It's just that they don't want the youth, them, the young men them over here to walk off the pitch to say, well, here what I have more dignity than this. So you can hold off. They don't want them to do that. Because we must be subservient. And we on the other side, we not support them. We not support them. We don't even support anything. You see what I mean? And you have to ask yourself, why them keep a bitch after Raheem Sterling? Why? He's not the only black youth in England. It's because the way him spending some of his money. It's not things that him say. It's the way him spend some of his money. From the first time him start do something for him family. And maybe it's the company him keep. Yeah, I tell you.
drop, damn you.
Yes, riot. Appropriate. Yes, so this evening now we want to reflect and look on the soul and look at our journey continually. You see, now, first and foremost, people hear me talk about trust. Trust is everything. Everything. You know, business people, people in relationships, you know, family, you know, friendship, cohesion. Is based, trust is a foundation. If you don't have trust, you don't have nothing. You understand? First you trust yourself, and then you trust your fellow man and woman and so on. So, with us now as a people, my perspective is instead of keep shouting that we want love and want unity and all these things, you understand? Love is positive. Unity is positive too. But you see, 73 years ago, all them words wasn't brandished around. 73 years ago. 73, there was something spontaneous. And it had those words. But it was spontaneous. And that thing that was spontaneous was that our parents trusted themselves and other people that them never know. Because them people that look like them and those people were in the same predicament as themselves. You never know yourself until you're back against the wall. Well, the back was only against the wall because in a foreign man country and the foreigner treat them badly. And we're only talking of a small percentage that were treated good. How good? Them had somewhere to live because they were them deemed to be the highly professional individuals, right? Them nurses, them had dormitories and so on. Yeah. The rest of us didn't have that. And some nurses and doctors didn't even get that. But the majority did. But the rest of us, we have to find some place to live. And the only thing we have is the piece of paper that shows you the work that we have to do, and we have to go and these things. And when it's underground, the individuals, them, found us. Yeah. Post office, but the same. You see? So we had to look for clothes, food, clothing, and shelter. And then it was in the other way. It was shelter, clothes, and then food. So I want to work it out. And then we see with one another a struggle. And we commence our struggle with their struggles, and everybody a struggle. And everybody a try find some place to rest themselves. And everybody a try find some food. You don't see it? It's called cooperation, which led to this thing called trust. Because if that wasn't inside them being, in the first instant, nothing could have happened. Nothing could have happened. When I understand, Pastor, get off your backside and open up your ears, man. I go toilet and get one of them something there and clean out your ears. Why me I go and pastor? They might waste of space. Everybody who stand up in these religious institutions and deal with the reality of what is happening in and around us and having a reflection on our lives should be and our lives was and where we are in terms of the scheme of life. It's a waste of time. Waste of time because we need direction. We need direction. We need motivation. It's pointless, me I say, and other people out there say, we need to accept responsibility. Some people, they are responsible for whatever them do. And that's true. You can't contradict that. But is the responsibility really about a collective? And that's what we're talking about, really, all of us who have brandished the word responsibility. Because if I'm not responsible for the woman that me pregnate and bring forth some children, and then we are responsible for the children, them and everything. What kind of responsibility is this? Right? And then we have a greater responsibility to look at ourselves. But then the brother turn and the sister turn and say, I am responsible. And you can't argue with them because they are responsible for themselves. Are they responsible for the bigger picture? Can they see a bigger picture? No. Them only feel. And maybe them think they reach them door yet. Them just hear it, them see it, them hear something on the radio. And you understand? And with us, we're rejecting quick. It now hit me, so I'm in a business. You see? Why we all like that? Because we're not getting a guidance. We're not getting the guidance. And all of you out there are church goers. And if you're not church goers, a lie to yourself because it's the simplest thing happen to you all is a church you ain't. The minute somebody pass out is a church. Is a church. It's not a standoff and say, here what happened? Huh? Me's original. Me some Kemet or me support that and rare and people are do something. No. See? So yet again, we are lied to ourselves. And the fault is ours. Because it's all this talk about wanting to be and can manifest that which you want to be. And we will love to be. And we can't put that in the right perspective. talk tough and soft like pap running porridge. You see? I know some people vex. I don't care a damn. 'Cause when you get vexed, you run from the reality of the truth of things, which is the truth. Maybe not your truth, but if you take time out before you get vexed, you see that is the truth. Some people want cordial conversation. Some people want pragmatic conversation. I'm not a pragmatist, but I can be. Am I an optimist? Yes. Sometimes I'm a pessimist against what? Rubbish. Of course. So back to responsibility. It's a big thing. So trust and responsibility. And I do believe in my heart of hearts and soul of soul that we can be a people with trust for ourselves, our family, and the massive. And if we just start speaking, having meetings, and looking at trust and responsibility, these type of forums, not because Mrs. So, we'll see that we have so much talent in England, right here in England, that also is relevant to the Caribbean, the same institutions. And once we have purpose, we'll develop ourselves and become a powerful base in England, and we'll take care of our needs. Not to the best of our ability, we will take care of our needs, because we know how to. And we will be able to squash obstacles. We'll minimize the obstacles in the first place, in the first instance. Because we'll be too busy developing ourselves and calling upon our strengths, rather than wasting our time thinking about how we're going to make another person, set of people them, or convince them that they should be helping us. Hey, stop that now. And we don't want, I particularly don't want to hear people them shout about economy or economics. Because them are thief. And all that's going to do is stagnate things. We will reach there. These are things we have tolerance and patience with. Because we have some smart people among us. Very smart, cunning, scammers, people among us. Them lips sweet. Them hissy, sweeter than a snake. I tell you. So we don't want to rush into that. And why we are tried and wake up and get sharp. Now we have to run because the thing not work. It's because we have some bad people within ourselves. And we have to learn how to weed them out. Them not just going to come as pessimists. Them going to come as covert operators to sabotage the little conversation that we're having, we will be having. Them see masters glorious and they want masters' attention and they want masters' pittance. And they will sell out their mother. So little much us. See? So we have to work. We have to work diligently within ourselves. And we can't undertake US man them that are goddamn thief and scammer and liar and good talkers. We can't do that. We have to have a body of people, who understand what climate there is right now. Not the one that we're in right now outside. It's cold and it's damp. And this is winter. We know that already. We shouldn't be crying about it, because if we not organize ourselves, then we are idiot, because we've been here long enough. But then we still have people out there who are suffer. And we as a people don't have the means to help them. What kind of people are we? We have families out there who's young with their mother, aunties and everybody that's in an age. And them find themselves not knowing or able, them think not to do what them need to do, which is to take care of them family. So them put obstacles in their mind and say them not have the time. Out the backside they can see you don't have the time when you were in the womb for 9 months. And then it become 3, 4, 5, 6 years before you go to the place called primary school. And mommy have to have time. Mommy can't say, I have so much things to do that me not have the time for it. And life I move on and rare. Hey, how we become that way? Me come to England and find say that women who have children, babies, them dump them on the street. Them put them near dustbin. Know that the collecting service are come. Them put them on doorstep. Them put them in phone box. This country. And we black people come and witness these kind of mad decadence. And now you're going to tell me, say, my mother, my grandmother, my mother, my auntie, my grandfather, and hey, well, listen here. It's thought you have a thought, give thought, because this is responsibility again. Since we don't have no institution out there, everything left with us, family, and we have to now be totally responsible if we've never understood how to be responsible. This is a part of that responsibility. Them sperm donors, them who keep dropping children next, left and right, north, east, south and west. And only want to know when them a good footballer or if them a good singer. And them turn up making other friends of theirs believe say that them a father or them have some interest. They are the interest them coming. They want to come and see how much money them can gather up. And we behave them stupid way. And this is people them who perhaps not knowing that they have simulated. Perhaps not realizing that their actions and their morality, their morals, based on no culture direction, is that they have assimilated. And the behavior is what we are witnessing. We all have this problem. There's none of us that's with a word name now. We all have this problem. None of us is from it. And there are things like this that we have to be honest. We're exempt from it. We have to be honest with ourselves. We all suffer from these things. And no matter how brave we start for talk, it's the truth. Now it land on our doorstep. It's how we deal with the thing. We have brethren and sisters out there. When something happened to one member of the family, 2 days, no structure around that family there. No other something, other people have to have 3 and 4 9 nights and make the 9 nights be a collection. Seeking donations. These things are embarrassing. What type of family was running? What type of family was running? Who was responsible? Who were committed? Yeah, we need to think carefully. You know, I said think twice before you answer. Think carefully. And then we have some smart ass, just because them have a couple of A levels or something next to themselves, they want to behave like, say, well, that's how things go. It's not how things go. These are how things are going. And with all your sensibility, your educational sense, you should have been speaking and making people understand that they need to organize themselves ahead of time. But guess what? It's difficult for any of us and all of us to do those things because we're just consumers. Our pittance don't stay one place, stay with us any time at all. It doesn't. It just, we live hand to mouth. And it's not even hand to mouth, it's hand to hand and gone. So when everybody get vexed sometime and them say cha-cha, no, the cha-cha are providing a service. So soon as we get our things in her and him gonna receive it, him receiving a great portion of it. So it is how we position ourselves. So going back to 73 years, nearly 75, no. It was trust. And we never had no pastor them intervening. You know what we had intervening? We had this thing, the 7 Days Adventists and the Methodists, them open them door to get we in there. Because everybody a try for capture it. Them try to get we attention. In them cooperation are their institutions. The Church of England, the Methodists, and the Salvation Army. That's how it starts. Anybody want to see something else, it's for their own experience. If they want to condemn, as silly them silly. And if they want to talk around the things, them, they're infiltrators. Because it's better to say, I weren't here and I didn't have a clue or any knowledge or experience of any of these things you chat about. And you know, some of us are not good at doing that. We just make believe. What I tune in, living in a make believe world. Artificial environment, tough talking, and ain't done a damn thing. Because when you're supposed to try to do something, you go around look to sex woman and just drop babies here and there and don't accept responsibility for anybody. That is one of the biggest problems that came. And when did that come? That not come in the 60s. That thing come and become rampant in the mid-70s. A whole heap of degenerates. Mental degenerates within us. go around breeding. And then have the audacity to tell people, say, just say, go forth and multiply. Trust. In a whole heap of organizations, that many of those people out there who know that they have let down us and they've let down 2 generations. They know that the people, the race relation, local boroughs, county hall, they always ask, when them decide that they're going to accept the application, them see have to set up an administration. And that administration have to have a constitution. And that before you get to the constitution, the administration is supposed to have a management committee. The management committee needs to be constituted. When it's been constituted, you have a trustee board and a trustee. Listen to the word trustee. And many of our elders out there, and many of those who have profited over the years from 75 right up to 95 and hundreds of thousands of pounds when the year come for community groups and community organizations and all kind of different projects that we can't see today. We can't see. We don't know what the hell happened to them. But we know say a whole heap of money was earned and spent. How it was spent, where it was spent, and how come we don't have no properties. We don't have no properties. No ownership in any of these areas that people want to shout out and call community. What the hell they talking about? And many of the people who do this, them was part of the old scamming. Today we can call it scamming because all them did was filter down the money and make people we young people feel say that they might do something for it. They were. But what was that really? Them give you a thrill. Why is all the communities that them want to refer to right now? Those people weren't receiving these type of handouts. There's no area that we own any real estate. Every area they call an Asian community, them own the goddamn community. Them own it. Them have housing stock. You have to play monopoly. Them control the board. The only thing that's in public hand, in private hand, is the railway service and the electricity board and obviously the prison. They have every other thing. Every other thing them control. Them control the whole board, man. Forget the damn jail. Free pass everything. We're the only ones that don't have anything. But we have money. We just get money. I told you. And I keep telling principle. And I have to listen to the conservative speech from Enoch Powell and other ministers. The people then was afraid of what them understand and they can see, and the administration assure them that we're accomplishing in this country. And at the same time, they weren't even sending us back. They wanted us to leave on our own volition. And we never had the money for that. But them couldn't understand how the hell it is that we have registered ourselves in education up and down the country and I learn new skills, new trades, advancing ourselves. Why their people were crying and complaining And we still are abused. And we still are finding it very difficult communicating with these people. But true, we are together. Each one pass on their experience of the day so we can do better the next day and we can understand the terms, recognize our failures and stamp on them appropriately. Not accordingly, appropriately. And our parents understand the English vocabulary very well and spoke it and were hospitable with common courtesy and move on through. Some jackass will tell you today that we are suck up. Which suck up? Us surviving, we were surviving, struggling, we were struggling. Nothing has changed. It's these strong-head hotheads, no hope, wanting not to be, that is doing these nonsense to us. And some of them are covert operators and we not recognize them. Because them come and drop them hassles and the police, them do them thing and these guys have disappeared. Them talk tough, carry on a certain way, police do something and that person that was talking tough, we not see them again. And then we finish up in a cell, beaten up, mash up. Anyone out there remember what happened down there with this young man, this brother, Fitzroy, who went down to Brixton trying to sell him books and making out that him never understand that him need a permit or license to be trading. Come on, man. And a whole heap of thing happened. And there was someone there charging up the situation whilst him was explaining himself civilly. And nobody not rail up with him. But there was an agitator right there. I hot up the thing. And then Babylon turn up with hostility. Come on. Have we not been here or we don't live here? We don't know the outcomes, the in and outs. It's only yesterday we turn up, right? A lot of the things that we fault. You understand? You tell a person, shut your mouth, man. I have this under control. I give one another, for instance, you know. You Mandel come here. Him can't drive. He don't have no license for drive here. We go and buy a car. Because he want a car, take a car back home. So the car park outside my yard. Him tired cleaning the car. So Balam 200 are gone. Frontline are operate. Junior Delgado, him say him a go this. Mondel now sit down and I try work out himself, say, Bess, let me take a trip down to Balam. Now him know say, he may go jump on the train. But his mind is him not jump on the train. Him going to turn the key into this car. And then must know him don't come from England. And when I'm not sat navigator, we have A to Z. No. The train we could go to Balam, to Tooting, not Tooting, to Clapham. Clapham North. Get out, round the corner, I go Balam, round the corner, and we did it. He didn't have that in his mind. It's me have that in my mind. I will come down the stairs and come out the door now. Monday going straight to the car. Him say, come on. But no, I do. All you have to do is direct me, man. And we get across the bridge, but know exactly where I'm going because we went down there with Jukes and Dennis and Ray. So I said, I tried persuade him, said, no man, this is not a good thing to try and do. You understand? Because you don't know England, and hey, you can't drive. Him say, yeah, man, we can drive. I said, no, you can't drive. I mean, so me do a foolish move now. I said, all right, here what you must do. Drive the car to the bottom of the road, turn it round, bring it back up here, turn it round and park it, and let me see. Him say, come off it, man. We are going with. I said, just do that, and I can verify if you can drive. So this ratty brother. Drive the car down the bottom of the road, turn it round, come back up the road to Ratty, and just turn it round, reverse it, and say, all right, here what know best, get in. And me have to say to myself, how the Ratty him do that? So, before him go around the corner, him say to me, here what you see, if we get stopped by the police, you mustn't say nothing. Leave the talking to me. I said, which talking to you? He said, best, trust me now. If the police stop us, see, do not say anything. Let me do the talking. He said, promise me that you're not going to say none. Just don't bother. Right, it's all right. Go on then. So we're gone. We get down a Southwark Bridge. Is Southwark? Yeah, yeah, man, Southwark Bridge. The bridge, is that what it called? I think so, you know. I know I say the old buildings are on our left side. And true, we get to the middle of the bridge, you know. Police, them just homing on way. And them just park up nice and them had them beaver hat on. And the English that came out of this young man's mouth. What it boy? I could not laugh. I want to know where it come from. Cut the story short. The police them half of us an escort to Balham 200. The police officers offer us an escort to Balham 200. So said, so done. Done. They never asked Mundell about no license, no nothing. It's just his politeness and him charm to write it and the way him bust the English like what our brother named Cockney translation guy. And he wasn't even busting Cockney. It's just the English grammar. Really? If him did a live, we would have make that tune there. Because by the time we reach back home, him already write a song. And him and Junior Delegate are supposed to vice this song here. Yeah. Based on that one experience. He knew how to steer a car. And that was it. He just knew how to steer it. But he knew how to communicate. A true him father was an attorney at law, but at the same time, it wasn't true nothing. It's just that he believed in his ability. I'm not advocate that people are supposed to go out there and do them things, you know. What I'm saying is, sometimes you have to be brave in doing what you know is right, even though we were wrong. Police don't know that up to today. The police never search the car. Police never ask the thing. The police see that we seem like we don't know where we're going. Yeah. And then we were escort. Them escorted us. We actually followed them. You know what I mean? To Balham 200. Yeah, man. Sweet. So, people, it's all about us position ourselves. And we've been in England a long time. So back to the thing with this committee, you need a trustee. And a trustee is a person that the committee trusts and understand the duties and the responsibility of the trustee, of a trustee. And then in the management, you have, in the management committee, you have a treasurer, deals with finance, you know. You need a secretary. These are officers. Because the rest of the people them have to make up the constitutional number. And you need these officers. Now you don't put somebody there just because they will meet every fortnight because they have time. You have to put people there who have experience and people who are willing to invest them time in learning their roles so that they can fully display or enact their responsibility. And throughout this reflection, we have done that throughout this country, time and time again. Why have we stopped? Why haven't we structured ourselves nationally? Why? Why haven't we coordinated ourselves nationally? When we don't know all of these things. Because we keep begging. We keep looking for the man to do something for us. The system. And we didn't spend time projecting trust and looking at that which we are part of. And we take them things there for joke. And that's why the elders couldn't pass on nothing to us. And now we're in a bad state now, not being able to pass on anything to the next generation, which now includes our children. What a bad bangarang we're in. And at the top of that now, we have our parents who's sick, who's feeble, the arthritis, the rheumatism, all these things, and I've got them. And we now say, well, here what? Mommy, you have to go home. Daddy, you have to go home. Get some clean air, some seawater, some fresh food, and relax. We're not doing that. Some of us have tried, and many have returned. Because it would appear that some people now keep up with them family back this so now them gone on there for do a thing. The family now see them and feel good to see them, and then once that glass wear off, not now work out again. And then to reposition themselves where they weren't keeping up with them extended family makes life even more difficult. So them say, may I come back to England where me don't know, me have some friend. And that's a sad state. Another lot because the Home Office and whoever never work out them something for them proper, and them children never help them. Them have a problem now with the pension and these things, and hey. And others say, well, you know what? I feel much better to stay here in England because I know what I'm doing, I know where to be going and everything. Next thing you know, get them 6 months back to Ratted, them in care. They're in care. And them no hope children turn up to look at ownership of the property. But yet still they don't have no time. Pastors, or the backside when they not deal with nothing. Eh? It's a different type of education and a responsibility and training and vision that needs to be explained here, to be expanded, but to be explained. And all of this information is in your scriptural documents. Honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days will be longer, and the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. That's in the book. Warm to that. I'm telling you. Trustees, trust and trustees. Legal obligation is a trustees and control all of that. He or she control all of that. When you see one of our mosques, you see a system and a structure and like an engine functioning in it. But this is not based on colonial teaching. This is based on the prophet guidance. Yes, that man called Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, this is based on his dictates and on his teaching, on his guidance. Remember something again, it wasn't learnt, it was me. She never gone anywhere and get degrees and get CSE or O levels and A level. From once you came out to the womb and you had nothing wrong with your faculties, you're educated. It's all you're nourished with your sensitivity and your sensibility. That some of us shout out and say your common sense. What happened to your common sense, boy? It means that me bring forth an idiot. No, it's your sensitivity and your sensibility that develops very, very, very early. So now with some form of diligence and perseverance, one now attain what we call education through structured education. And once you're confident, or you're made to feel confident, we will succeed. And if the families know their children, they will know what they're pursuing and allow them to work or research or study accordingly. So there's no duress, there's no force on them. So you see them come out excellent. Because some people don't want to do a lot of things. But when they're told that mathematics is very important and what you can use it for, what it can be used for. See? Not just do it. Why it's important. What you can use it for. But, you know what I mean, the working class, especially when you're black as well, the institutions and the teacher them now tell you, you don't belong here. But if you go suburbia, you're in the right place. And you be advanced. And you be notified. And you be cherished. Seriously. But it's too late. Because we're old folks now. But trust is what we require. And it's not about sucking up to racism or sucking up to anybody. Because we have some smart people out there. Anytime you take a certain position, them have enough things to say, but not a lot of things to do. A lot to say, but very little to do. That's another headache that we have. And that's the overeducated black person. Well overeducated black person. Seriously. Them can't find a niche. That's accommodating to their intellectual capacity. So them keep sparking things to get attention. I've been there. Waste of time. Intellectual vomit. Regurgitating and gurgitating and always being a pessimist. But them just love it. It makes them important. Yeah. They're not critical thinkers. They just want to be important. So them aggravate any situation. And it's always the man. It's never us. And it's never what I can bring to the table. And that's what we need. Our children, young people, are bright. And I would use the word they're intellectually prudent. Them just need guidance and some real support. And them can teach us because no one stops learning. No matter how much you can tell somebody's a fool, them don't stop learning. Nobody. Until we die. So there's no limitation. But we have high expectations. And that is what will make us prosper. Expectations. And once we're on the job, on the case, we will forward. We will forward. Because we have survived. What we do not want and should not want is for our children to struggle and struggle and struggle. We should look at that and say, no. Mommy and daddy done that already for us. We owe something to them. And we owe something to ourselves, to our nation, to our roots. We owe ourselves that. We have to have this kind of zest in our being. And you see how quick we come on through. I feel that and I know that and I can see that. All me want is a group of people that have the same can see that vision. And on the 20th of this December, first presentation in a Cricklewood, Rumi's Cave, Mr. Best and Friends. I tell you, yeah, God willing, inshallah. Yes, so we're going to take a break here right now. And we'll come back and show us, express some things about our souls and what Ramadan does for us and can do for everybody who have a keen interest in ourselves as African people and want to develop and move on. You see? and accept the fact that we're children of the slaves and we have a duty and responsibility, and stop bracing me up about Arabs. See, try and understand your ancestors, or much ancestries we have before you start run up these things. You understand? Yeah. Know some real history in relation to cultures and peoples. You understand? Because we poison ourselves big time. And yet still we carry names that don't identify with the way we just talk, many of us. So, I have my names, you know. Don't come mess with me. I have my names. And I have my responsibility in my family. And I have my wives. So don't bother try calling me up and them type of thing. I'm not bashful about nothing. I'm bossy. I'm not bashful about anything. Because I walk, when I talk, and I live my family. And I will continue, God willing. See? Now, Islam, we don't have to defend it. We do not have to defend it. What we are dealing with is when we people are broadbeat us and carry on about Arabs this and Arabs that. May I tell you now, they shout out Saudi Arabians. Don't bother shout out no Arab thing and we face. Because we families are Arabs too. You see? So if you don't know no genealogy, leave that alone. If you work with these young African American boy, them flat earth and Kemet till thy kingdom come, and don't want to change up themselves any which time soon. Later for that. And those of us who say Garvey, isn't it about time you put some flesh on the bones them? Because we Muslims, we are proud. And there's nothing in terms of a competition that we can't measure up to. Let that be understood also. We not come here as a fag and a fling. No. We are for real. Al-Islam is real. We have the tolerance, we have the patience, we have the perseverance to sustain ourselves. And by the fruits you shall know them. We don't have no dead roots. We know how to nurture the roots. And we know how to also protect the roots. We don't have to go and get artificial, organic, artificial substances and all these things, you know. The Creator is responsible for germination. The Creator is responsible for the organic soil. The Creator. We don't have to wait for no man for help we, for water, for we roots. No. Our foundation is already established by the Creator. We're exclusive and we're proud of that. And we will remain until the day, the time we pass, we die. We are sure of that. We're not even going to allow our families to turn around and cremate us or take us to a Christian, European, Caucasian, colonial burial. Never. We're not going to say La ilaha illallah and then someone take us to Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. No, that not work. That not happening. That's how powerful. That's how dignified. That's how serious our condition, our circumstances, our responsibility, our etiquette, our movement is. Try catch us in that before you start argue. Try ask yourself, how are your life structured? And with all the talking, make sense of it. Because there's a whole heap of people out there chat and have chat and then pass out in life and mere nonsense happen to them. Why? Because we ain't taking ourselves serious. We're not taking ourselves serious. We talk a talk, can't walk the talk, can't live the life. And that's why the pastors are easy to misuse us.
Hey, I thought it would be better.
Man called Daddy Right. Sugar.
Hey, I thought it would be better.
Lord of mercy.
No, I'm a brandy outstepper. If I am guilty,
Yeah. You must say,
then I will pay.
but you gotta protect our brother along the way, each and every way. Anything you wanna say, good guy.
Now I'm a victim
Our society,
by the words men say.
well, no matter what them say, no matter what them do, God will guard and protect I.
Yes. Very important. Easy principle. Yo, you see, humanity, all peoples, you know, not just us, all human beings on this earth, once a man, twice a child. Eh? And God bless all of us all the while. I tell you. So we come here as a child, born of a woman, through an intervention of a man, intervenance of a man. First teacher is the mother. First bonding is with the mother. Mother. And we are being cared. Them call it weaning, but we are cared for on that journey by this mother. We grow and still being cared for by this mother. Who knows us better than anyone in this earth except the Almighty God? It's the mother. Okay. We get older and older, and then we wither. Hey, boy. And in this withering, due to aging and less physical, you see, now we are returned to what we call feeble time. But that time now is like a child again. But we're on the way to the Creator. Yes, some of us, like one of my aunties, is 100 plus. And still are going good. Yeah. I shouldn't even shout out. Listen. When you get to that feeble age, and God willing, I will get there, and I hope say, look at this thing. Then you have to be looked after. You need care and attention now. The same care and attention that you had, that we was once awarded when we are babes. Now we're elders. We need the same care and attention again. There's no human. Don't worry about all of these guys, them who say them control the earth and them have the wickedest weapon and them can beat up Tom, Dick and Harry and Ray, north, south, east and west and all the hemisphere of the planets and everything. Listen here, them gonna go through the same thing. Same journey. Go and bad and tough. Same thing. And the wickedest ones among them, you know, them soul is in torment. Don't ever believe, say, things are easy. Nah, man. All them liars and them people there. Watch Blair. I'll ask them people there how them sleep, how them rest. What happened to their conscience? I tell you. So once a man, twice a child. Yeah. Everything remains just for a while. There's a big lyrics there, you know. See, I'll tip it to them youth, them young men, them bust them lyrics there, you know. And the young boys, them there, they have to stand up and say, Ratty, whatever, hey. Yeah. And then just say, you know what, a time for this. Roll up a good high grade and christen them youth there, cause hey, astonishing. You see? Yeah, man. I know it'll come again. Him just text me a long time and say, watch out. Once a man, twice a child. We did it. You're right.
Hey, I thought it would be better. Lord of mercy. No, I'm a brandy outstepper.
You're guilty.
If I am guilty, yeah, you must say, then I will pay. For you gotta protect our brother along the way, each and every way, anything you wanna say. Good guy. Now I'm a victim of society, by the words men say. Well, no matter what them say, no matter what them do, God will guard and protect I. From the evil runners, I would say. Say so naughty, don't know where we are go do. I said me don't know where we are go do. Say the Babylon them want I. But Jah guide and protect I. So them never can hold I. If I get crucial, it's because them wanted so wicked and brutal along the way. So Jah will guide and protect that each and every day. You're gonna hear what I say. Oh yeah. Cause men has been brutal, wicked and bad, by the games they play. But no matter what them say no matter what them do, y'all, Babylon can't hold I. So me say Jah control I. Never touch I. Said I'm wanted. Say boy get haunted. But them coulda never touch I. I know things will be better. Jah will make things every day for me so sweeter. And I man will be nicer and nicer. Brandy outstepper, yeah. If I get weary, nothing ever get weary. One step in the way. Right along the way, Jah will guide and protect us, I would say. I will get over, cause I'm a Roman. Cause it's a game and play. And not the game, say we really have to play, y'all. But now I'm wanted for the things that I know not about. Really and truly, I don't know what they're talking about, as I would tell you. Said I'm a wanted
wanted, and I don't know what they want me for.
But I won't let the wicked get me out.
Never, never, never let the weak heart throw me down.
Wanted for doing good among my people.
The more better I do, the more they hate I.
Night and day.
But I will pray each and every day as I will do.
Wanted for living clean among my brethren.
The more clean I live, the more they are bent I.
The games that people play.
That's not the game where the people have to play. So the naughty, naughty don't know where we are gonna do. Hey, don't know.
Yes. You see how we smart, you know. You see it? Yeah, so here what now, spiritualist and pastor. You see? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty to know, yeah, have prepared for the righteous. You know what I mean? God-fearing, good people. For my righteous servants, what no eye have seen, and no ear has heard, nor has it occurred to human heart. Yeah? Thus recite, if you wish, O Muhammad, and no soul know what joy for them has been kept hidden. What may I try to say is that this life is a journey. We all would understand that, whether we appreciate it or not, and it's a test. It's a test, it's an examination. And we have been asked just to be truthful, to be honest, to be upright, to be sincere. Whole heap of things that just mean caring. To ourselves first, obviously, and to those around about us, second, and to all that comes into contact with us as human beings. Yes. So we keep rightness, right conduct, right things going. You see? Now, what God is saying also is that we have also a present for you. A present. But it's not something that you have seen. You understand? No eyes have seen this. And even your heart cannot comprehend where your journey is going to be and what is lying in store for you if you keep yourself aright on this journey we call life, and in this space we call time. Pastors, it's funny, isn't it? This is why the wicked man them read a verse in the Quran about Jannah, paradise, and the promise of life and other life there. So then put it out in the media that the Muslim are these people who go and commit whatever crime they might commit, that they don't mind because 70 versions or whatever. You see? Idiotic things, you know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that your eye I've prepared for my righteous servants what no eye have seen and no ear has heard. See it there? So when you get someone come tell you say that them know this and this that's gonna happen and so forth, them I make out like say them been there. Like them been there. We say what Allah says. When I say what we say. Is a big difference. And Allah speaks. No other author Our scribe speaks for us, or speaks for Allah. And Allah speaks to us, and He speaks to the Prophet to tell us, you need to read the Quran. Whether you can read Arabic or you choose to read in English, you need to read it. And you full joy and fully understand. But some people get frightened, you know why? Because it's not like any other book or any other scriptural documents that they've read. So it touches up them soul and then reach down to their heart. Whoa! Panic. You see? Because it talks, it speaks, it resonates directly to you, to us. So if a person is not balanced, them get frightened, and them just park up the book, and the book haven't done them anything. It's just that their soul has been drunk for so long that them just can't cope with reality. And I use the word drunk, because they're not rational. And some of us, we dislike the truth because it's frightening. Yeah. I can recall my parents, them chastising me, you know. And they ain't done nothing like that. It's just the words that come out of their mouth. And you know you're wrong. So before a slap come, the belt come or anything, sometimes them things don't even have bone. It's cry or cry. I can recall my grandmother telling me straight away, if you know what's good for you, ask God for forgiveness. I'm so small. So as I go older and I understand that my grandmother loved me back. You understand? Because she has to seek God forgiveness. And stop doing wrong things. Yeah. Very good. So, I want to tell you something now, spiritually, what Ramadan feasibility does for human beings all across this place here called Earth. But before we do that, I want to upset the people them who control this.
Pull it up, selector. Pull it up, selector.
When I play nothing enough to pull up. I may do that myself. You see? Yeah. A big tune, me like this tune here bad, you know what I mean? But I forgot this. So yeah, I love it. David. Yo, before me got David, you know what? Uri. Stay with Uri for a while. Derek, go on.
Hurry, don't you worry. Penny for your dog, yeah. Penny for your dog. That's too cheap, mister. Make it $1. $1 for this dove, yeah. $1 for this dove, son. Yeah, you know. Making you feel like an old lady who live in the Jew. Say she don't know what to do when you feel with him. And say she got to stick with him on $1. Yeah. When I say this, say, it's I till down, it's a bite all down. See, you got to rubber dub and come on, rubber dub for $1. Yeah, you know.
Now everybody knew, yes, how I cared for you.
Sick or sad, well, you love to love you well. Don't be so bad. See, that would be too bad. See, too bad, bad, bad. $1.
Now I know what you're thinking.
I see the best things in life all for free, and I want to be free, say like a bird in the tree. $1. I see $1. I know to be so bad, bad, bad. $1. Yeah, you know. Man over here, little girl, but stick with me. Gonna make you be free like a bird in the tree. Say you gotta stick with me. Say $1.
Now everybody knew, yes, how I cared for you.
Feel like you wanna rub and dub him. Yeah, feeling like you wanna scrub and dub that.
Penny for your dove.
On the white cliffs of Dover, you gotta come on right over. I see the in your line over, you step it on over. Yeah, you know.
Daddy right, man. I tell you. No, you're right. I right. Yeah, hear the rise them. And this one I'm do a whole heap for the Jamaican tourist industry, you know. I tell you, him advertise big time, stand up tall, all the while. I right. Mr. Dictionary.
Still it like this old sister. Like now.
And them couldn't give him nothing because him pass. You see? Yeah, it's not laugh, me a laugh, you know. It's just the way them people them do what them do. And then some guy them come and do something. You see? Yeah. So that was Daddy Rai, you know. Veteran in the music industry over the years, you know what I mean? 3 number 1 and all them something there. Yeah. At one time. No. In terms of our spiritual understanding, and we are getting the dynamics of this now around the Islamic way of life, you know, the Muslim way of life, you know. So we say one has to be steadfast in prayer and regular in charity, you know, charity, you know, looking after the poor and needed, you know. First, within us, not myself, you know, within us as a people, Muslims, needing aid and support and everything. And then outside of us, the world, you know, people them who's in need. Now, from a human perspective, and then looking at us, we're not in any position looking after ourselves, furthermore trying to develop charity to look after we islands and we elders. And this is just simplicity, you know. And if we just deal with religion or church, we're not even there. Because that's a big thing. And for a pound, it's averagely $3 something. And let's call that pound £2. That's $2.5 US. And straight $3.50 throughout the Caribbean. We not deal with Jamaican monopoly dollars. Because somebody go tell you, say, a X $1,000. And nothing that. So we are working averagely $3 something to American dollar. So money that's money. So if we here who is in a good economical situation, not position, situation, and we were conducting ourselves, taking care of our priority needs, and don't let we mother and them have to be in care, and don't let our greatest assets them just go and play an amusement. Anytime that our infrastructure throughout the seasons, when it comes to hurricane seasons, etc., who best can be supporting ourselves than us? But we won't have to be waiting to do that. Facility, financial prudence will be readily available and attainable. Because it's forward thinking and structures that would be in place long time. Because we have skills, we have good mind, and we have the people them in the right place, and we have the money in the right structure. So nobody can come and say that this is dirty money, this is money laundering, and all these type of thing. Plus, we are here now, we have charitable rights. The Charity Commission, and the churches who have charitable status, and the businesses who also have charitable commissioning in terms of taxing. This is just a minute social discourse. This has nothing to do with the people who know economics and who know the thing. This is just working from the religious perspective. We are working from a worshiping perspective. Christian, Jew, and Muslim. All of these support mechanism is offered to everyone in democracies. And nothing special. It's just that the people them who call pastor now look after we, them a look after themselves. Them a look after themselves. And there's nothing wrong with look after himself and his family. But his priority as a pastor and a minister of the Almighty is to look after the people. This is not employment for himself. It's what wrong with you know. You undertake a commission for God to serve God's people. And no one has said that you are not part of God's people. So you can look after yourself, not at the expense of the general population or the immediate community. And then telling people that Christ said, go build him church on this rock. Where this rock is? I'm a child of the rock. If you want to be funny. And if you talk about a rock, you're not talking about a stone. See? Say it's accommodating a community, a number of peoples. So if we take this rock and turn around and say, here what happened? It's a mountain. And Christ is at the top of the mountain. You are somewhere in the middle, Pastor, bringing your flock. But no, you want to have a congregation. You see? So, be steadfast in prayer and regular in charity. So for whatever good that one sent forth is for our souls. Before you will find it, with God Almighty. For God sees all that we do. So once you collect money saying it's for God and you not deal with the people them, God assure you say really and truly if you go do anything short of supporting the people them, him see well what you do. And now you put yourself in trouble. Not just with the people them, you know. Because somebody going find out or figure it out. But you're in trouble with God too. Because God see well all that we do. Not just the pastor, not just the imam, all of us. So spirituality and spiritual enlightenment, you have to be truthful. You can't go there and try to say, but you charge up the batteries them and everything, and we are dishonest. We make joke. That's why I never want to talk about no spirituality. I see them boy, them try to shoot me down and come down and everything. And I say, no, you can go on and don't bother scam the people them. Can they try to make spirituality come like a new religion and a new doctrine? And it's people them that lost them way already, you know. And them just go away for a while and come up with a new thing. And then have a whole heap of lip service. And because it's a new thing, new fact, people them put them ear, cock them ear to it. And before you know it, them already got a big audience. Because we're missing, we're lacking things. And anything to do with God, anything to do with spirituality, anything to do with tapping into our soul, anything to do with having a good life and everything that we can't see, you understand? We African people, we differ it. So we have an open-ended credit account for the hereafter. This is Al-Islam, an open-ended credit account for the hereafter. But to make that account valid, you have to live the life. The life must be lived. Must be lived. Games can't play here. No. In the month of Ramadan is 30 days, 29 or 30 days, every year. Ramadan is a charity. Ramadan is a discipline. Ramadan is a spiritual upliftment within ourselves, following the commands of the Creator. We must restrain ourselves from sexual pleasures in the day, our sexual innuendos, sexual thoughts and imaginations, sexual habits and desires. You see where modesty comes in this? Very important. We cannot eat or drink throughout those 18 or 19 hours per day. But we should not waste, and we should not backbite, slander. But it's a reflection. Here, now instead of going 70 miles an hour, you're going 1. Instead of spending X amount per day and eating, you cannot. So now give you a chance to reflect on the wastage or the amount of access that one encounters or have been encountering. And just having self-pleasures with this much money every day, throughout the day. Whether it's an extraordinary lunch, extraordinary tea, extraordinary dinner, and so on and so on. But most importantly, you're not thinking about the people them that's less privileged than yourself, than ourselves. And sometimes our families are struggling. And we keep telling them, say, what happened to you? Stand on your own 2 feet. Or not we'll pretend, we're going like we don't acknowledge them. And it's it's our family. And we are lied to them. You don't have. You don't have this £1,000. You don't have this £50. You don't have this £2, one Oyster card. You don't have. A lie you're telling. You just don't want to give. So Ramadan now put all of these things in true perspective. If it's God you work with, if it's life you defend, now show yourself. And that's what we do. So the reflection shows us where we've been hypocritical, where we've been wasteful, and where we've been unmindful, and also ungrateful. Ramadan, big thing, man. Myself, we left England and go Africa to experience Ramadan in severe heat. Because we are complaining here in England for the hours. But our brothers and sisters, them have the hours, but them also have severe heat. So we were complaining. So we said we have to go and see, experience what our brothers and sisters on the continent, how they cope with Ramadan. So Ramadan is a reflection. It is keeping us in tune and intact with life and nature itself. And every year, we should make adjustments and improvements. Yes. And it's not by force. It's not by force. One who is sick or have an ailment that restricts them, through them have to take certain medication, etc., etc., is exempted from fasting. There's no burden here going on. But we see ourselves, all human beings, and how charitable people are during this time, and mankind and United Nations were really exercising charity. By now we would have eliminated what you call poverty on this earth. On this earth, within this earth. And pastors that are real shepherds would be the key, would be the front runners. of these things. So if a person is on a journey exceeding 50 miles, they're exempted on that day for that journey, true to that journey. If a person, and that's called traveling, if a person is sick, like I said, but you make up that which you miss after the Ramadan is finished. You make it up. Women who are able, who are not on the menopause, they will make up the days that they have missed through their natural organs reactions. Yes. And they know this. Their husbands are not the insistents are dictators of these things. No, they know this because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it clear to us our positions. This is why the West have a problem with our Quran. Because it's Allah. It's not the dictates of Saleh, not the dictates of Ahmed, not the dictates of Abdullah and Hamza and Ali and Sadat. No. It's a dictate of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the guidance of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Very serious. And we hear, we accept, and we obey to the best of our abilities, because we're humans, we fall short. But that's why our brothers now becomes our keepers, our advisors, our support, and our counselors. Pastors, seriously, man. And we don't have none of this clergy. We don't have that. We do not have that. We have the Quran. And we have brotherhood, sisterhood, family. Not that we don't have entanglements, but what we cannot sort out properly among ourselves, we have to go to Allah and seek Allah's verdict. You see? In some matters. Because we're human beings. We argue about what? Transport. We argue about what? Some money. We argue about what? Lusting. Anything. If we ourselves and our family can't sort it out, we have to look straight in the Quran and see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says we should do. And no matter how harsh the decision is to us, because we call it harsh now because it's not in your favor. Eh? And we say that we are Muslims, we have to obey. So the Caucasian man, them will love us to be disobedient. Just like how them fear for we parents them come and decide for upgrade themselves. In fear where him can't touch. Rome had that same problem with Isa alayhi salam. I cannot and will not express the word Jesus because I don't know what anybody talk about. I know what they're assuming, but I don't know what they're talking about. The roles and the duty and the responsibility of that, the person we know as Isa, the son of Mary, are different to the one that them call Jesus Christ. I mean, I tell you, different. So myself personally, I can't go along with these Muslims that do that because it's a falsified idea and view. So, Ramadan, spiritually now, on that journey of obedience and that journey of restraining oneself and training oneself, restraining and training ourselves, and knowing that it's every year. You should know that by now, no one is afraid of Ramadan. People welcomes Ramadan. When you go through Ramadan, you get halfway. Eh? You don't like it for done. Seriously. Through my years, all my years, people that tell you, say, wow, Ramadan will leave us. And some people just cry because Ramadan will leave we. But then you have the Eid, and our assimilation of Europeanness have made some Muslims go and do elaborate things when that's not the Sunnah. But still we're humans, because it's the end of Ramadan, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us that we should have joy. But we shouldn't overdo it. And the overdoing that we do is within foods. A lot of wastage happens at that time. But some communities get better and better each time. Why? Because unlike the pastor, the imams, them understand their duty. Should not be just give the prayer, give the ceremony, and then dash off. Nah, them supposed to stay within the community and make sure the community act accordingly. So we are getting to that too. So it's not like we can say there's 2 million Muslims in England and a Muslim and 1.75 million have this problem. No. Not go so. But all of our failures does be a here too. So now the spiritual journey of Islam, of Ramadan, is in the night prayer. It's in the prayer during the night hours. Moving into what we call Fajr. And every Muslim responds to this. This whole spiritual journey just through this month called Ramadan. And it's not that every Muslim is not on a spiritual journey, but we all in unison. This is the point I'm making. We're all in unison on that spiritual journey. And it's marvelous, beautiful. You see them word there? European words are marvelous, beautiful. Yeah. So by the time Friday and Saturday come, especially with the African brethren, oh, it's so sweet when we have Zikr Allah. It's sweet. We're tired. But if you see us, you think, say, we never fasted that day. All of them have so much energy. And we're naturally tired. But our souls, our spiritual, our spirit, our souls, something happens. It's a beautiful atmosphere. It's a beautiful feeling. You know? Now what we have to do now is implement, let what happens happen, and implement and apply Friday in your life, Saturday in your life, and make tawbah for things that you fall short on. Because everybody is responsible for themselves and everyone knows themselves, and every soul speaks to everyone. You see? Deep thing. Deep. Deep. Very deep. And so expressive. So expressive. Ramadan. The spiritual growth during the month of Ramadan. It's only ill health Muslims that's not participating in the fullness of Ramadan at any given time. And even the ones who are so, them are dependent on medication. Listen, them persevere. Because all they're telling you is about their journey. And they do not want to forsake Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's not by force. This is choice. So, this journey, we're obligated to greet Ramadan every year once we're alive. Obviously. And charity, look at that. Community, look at that. Look at the enhancement of our people. We better ourselves, we strengthen ourselves, we replenish ourselves, we love ourselves, where we have to be together. There's no parting of the ways. We have to be. And that starts with our immediate family, and then our external family, and then our community, and our immediate community, and our external community. It's automatic. Some are brethren and sisterins that love to speak about Kemet. It's full time that we really try to understand what is it that Kemet, not the book of the dead, the book of the living, offers. And are we ready to be in obedience with that? Because it's very important, because it's about commitment. These are some of the things that I think we as the children of slaves, we lack commitment. And it's no fault of our own. It's just the way that things happen to us as children of the slaves. The constant reminders of who we are, our culture, and our moral essence that ties us, bonds us. Because all of us have a purpose of living. And once we get through this journey, some people feel that that's it. No. That's just the beginning. I'm telling you, it's just the beginning. O my servant, all of you are astray, except those who have guidance. So seek who have been guided. So seek guidance of me, and I shall guide you. O my servant, all of you are hungry, except those whom I have fed. So seek food of me, and I shall feed you. O my servants, all of you are naked, except for those I have clothed. So seek clothing of me, I shall clothe you. O my servant, you sin by night and by day, and I forgive all sins. So seek forgiveness of me, and I shall forgive you. This is Islam. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making us understand we are not alone. We are strong, but we have frailties. We are strong, but we have frailties. Don't be pompous. Don't have too much pride and be arrogant. Don't look down upon the next one because you're no greater than them and you're no weaker and lesser than them. Not because of your possessions make you feel that you're better than the next person. And it goes on. Islam is deep. It's deep. But here comes the educated person now saying, who's this saying, why am I a servant? Why am I a servant? You see? Argumentative. Using secularism to justify 20th century understanding. May I tell you? Just like the ones who say, why is God talking in Arabic? But they never ask, why did God, for the Europeans, spoken in Latin? Why was that which was transformed from Latin was in Greek? And nobody never told you, or anyone, that God gave them that. Them just said, that is the book of God. They not say that God was responsible for authoring that which them possess, or they have within their keeping, or their publishing, or their documents. They don't say these things, so you all need to listen to them, listen to the way they preach, and read that which they've been distributing. And you see that as great as Britain is and the Europeans are, they're not intelligent. Or, better term of word, they're not wise. Because you can't learn wisdom is awarded unto you. You cannot go to an institution and get taught to be wise. Neither can you gain wisdom from a pastor or a shepherd or in an imam. This is awarded to you by the Almighty. And once you're within truth, it is said that the third eye will open, which now allows us to gain what we generally call wisdom. But without knowledge, there's no understanding. So it's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And the knowledge is nothing to do with this earth. It's nothing to do with theological education, and it's nothing to do with educational syllabus. You see? It's a different knowledge. It's spiritual knowledge that only can be awarded by God Almighty. You see? So these people who want to create, they're wrong. But their minds are in the right place. But because they want to fashion it as a new phenomenon, they're wrong. I'm saying that. No persons know what delight of the eyes are kept hidden for them as a reward for their good deeds. Not one of us. Not one of us. You see? So, doing good and having wisdom. And I know somebody's saying, hold on a minute, what about our grandfather? Yes. Yes. Because they've experienced something. And they convey their wisdom, their knowledge, their understanding, and their experience to their children and their grandchildren. And that's the art. That's the art of life. One of the main arts of life. Writs and rights. And you will find that that's within human beings, within all of us. But if it's not nurtured true to truth, patience, perseverance, and tolerance, it will not be attained. Because it is there, but it would not be granted and awarded unto us. The Europeans did such dangerous things to us in the Caribbean, and they have done dangerous things to us on the continent because they didn't have, and they saw things that they could not comprehend. So they changed us, gave us theological training, theological education. Didn't leave us alone saying that we're independent and continue to tutor us. So they retrained us. So we're not ourselves. It's like a frequency that's come on top of a frequency and now it's distorted. And you need to know how to remove that frequency that shouldn't be there. So with a distortion, you have to reset the module. You have to understand what needs to be repaired. If you don't understand what needs to be repaired, the distortion will continue until the amplification quits. It broke down. Distortion. And if you don't try for save it, change it, things fall apart. And we're talking about electronics here. And we talk about people's ears. And no matter if you turn the thing down, once you have failures within components, the distortion is retained. So it's not about turning it down, because the oscillation started in the first instant. Now it's to detect where the oscillation is coming from, even though it come through the speaker and you assess the output, what caused it? And now you're not dealing with electronics, you deal with human being. What is it that has caused us to be so disturbed? Because we're not obedient. You see? Yeah. So grandpa and grandma, They leave us with guidance, with experience. And we're showing ourselves as ungrateful children. That's why it's important for me to use the word reflection. Because if we don't see where we were coming from, how the hell we're going to prepare ourselves to be on the journey. And we must make haste while we have time. Yeah. So, I'm not finished read, but we have to leave some. We have to leave some for another day, you know what I mean? You can't just, there's much more. We can't just give up so much things like that, you know? Let people digest. Yeah. Let people digest because, and we're, gosh, man, it's going to who we are share this earth with. So, you know, some people are not ready for that. And it'll make them frightened again. But then you have some that's argumentative. Wait a minute, who tell you this? Say, well, it's Allah, it's not me. Me not tell myself this. This is not Dr. Yak. This is not Elijah Muhammad. This is not Farrakhan. This is not Jew Ali. This is Allah. We believe. We accept. And we have signs. We can validate. That's it. We accept. We hear, we obey. We comply. And all fruits are good. And all roots are alive. And we don't have hypocrites or any hypocritical workings taking place. Because this is not man-infested. It's man, human, hearing, following, obeying. But Allah stands alone. Kul hu Allah hu ahad. You see? And that's good for us. Well, us, in an insana left, a'udhu billahi minash shaitana rajim. Well, us, in an insana lefikus, in a ladina nabnu walabnu salihat, watawassaw bil haqq, watawassaw bil sabr. By the token of time through the ages, verily man is lost. He's in loss. By the token of time, verily man is in loss. Except those who invest in an inner self and have faith and sure belief and are constant in that. In an insana lefikus. In a ladina nabinu walabinu salihat. You understand? And do righteous deeds. Righteous deeds. You don't come here and just carry on like this and that and that and don't have a debt to pay for it. You must be good. But you see a man out there now, him fall in love, him see a woman, he like her. She's pretty. You understand? She's pretty. She have good figure. Him want her. Him lusting for her. So now him do all the things that him feel is necessary to capture her attention. Once him gone through that journey, you don't see him become like a rat-tailed wolf. Because his intention was never righteous in the first place. Him just want panani. You understand? I want to tell him friend. Or him get through. I'm just have this self-glorification. A human beings. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I know you. So guard yourself from such decadence. And those of you who think you get away, you haven't. You haven't. You've only fooled yourself. And well you know it. And the table will turn on you. Whether it's in your lean years or your twice a child years. You see it there? You can't escape. We cannot, not you, we cannot. So it's better learn how to fly right than to experiment and crash. Because it's like the monkey to the buzzard. The monkey tell the buzzard, here what happened? I want to come, I want to have a ride with you. Here the buzzard to the monkey. I will take you, I will transport you. But you cannot do monkey tricks up here. You see? Now what did he do? He forewarned him that once he's on board, he must behave himself. He won't be responsible for him foolishness. You see? When I never hear this one before, innit? Yeah, I'll go Africa, man. Get some serious proverbs. See? So the buzzard tell the monkey, come on. But him warn him, you know. Don't do your tricks up here. What's that? The monkey them can swing between the trees, them and somersault can swing from here, swing from there to the next tree. You know what I mean? The original Tarzan. Even I need a white boy come tell me, say, oh, original. You know what I mean? High speed across the place, man. You understand? Once there's some forestry there, you know, him gone, him reach. You see? And then well trained. So we send them for some banana, then bring back a whole bunch. After we animal them, and a European guy thing. Okay. So, him get on board. I feel good and I feel the breeze and everything. I look down and them see all the tree them and everything. So watch him now, you know. Him can't understand, him can't, you know, he's not obedient, man. You see? So him try a thing. Wait. But say, hey, what I tell you? You understand? And then rescue him that time. See? Just that time. But the buzzard is really humane. See? Yeah. And him love activity. So him do swoop down and say, get off. I hear Mr. Monkey. What's wrong? He said, I did tell you. So I'm not going to accept responsibility for your crashing out. You see what I mean? Yeah. And just bring him back. They swoop down one time and just tell him, get off. Yeah, man. You see? Because him just gave him a good fly, you know, in the air. But he couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. You know what I mean? Because when him look down, him see all the tree them, him see the land and everything, and him feel good, and he want to do a somersault and everything. But him forgot something. What you were told to do, you should adhere to it, because you agreed. Second of all, if you open him eye and pay attention properly, you see that he's a distant away from tree. You see? You have to be observant. So, in Islam, it tells us to look at the signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created here on this earth and above the earth, in the sky, day and night. Have a look at the signs. Don't live this life obliviously. You understand? We're intelligent. And Allah made us intelligent. You think so the tabulators and the thing that me are talk on right now, Allah didn't give you that? It's our ingenuity, but the resources are from God. And we are scientists as human beings on this earth, and we put that together and that together, a little lecture here, a little lecture there, and this and that, and then we have something that becomes an organ, and then it start transmit and so forth, and then we got a tablet called a computer, and hey, you understand? We are going to do? You're going to sit down that God is a man, right? So, doesn't like black people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us appreciative in this dunya, this life, this material world to which we are living within. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us honor our parents. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us honor our parents. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us understand that we have to make time for them. You see, when them gone, there's so much things that we wish we did do. We have, and we can't get it back. I can attest to that. You can't get it back. You see? But there was no way on this earth that we're going to put my mother in a care. Never. And my mother always asked me, would it get to a stage where when I can't bear it anymore, and when I just decide, say, when I go put me in a home, said, no, that not happen. That not happening. And she put more stress and strain on her sons than her daughters. And up to now, I don't understand the reasoning behind that. But always ask me, would I succumb to putting her in a home? And I said, why would I do that? You understand? Oh, you scarcely want to touch me. And hey, so I said, but Mom, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Would you not bathe me? I said, Mom, that's a different thing. You see? Yeah. I said, my brother would do it. You know what I mean? So, we have to say, on Thursday, God willing, we did it again. No person know what delights of the eyes are kept hidden for them as a reward for their good deeds. This is Al-Islam, man. This is Surah Sajda, you see? Yeah, in the Kitab Allah 32. Yeah, what we want to do now, we want to go somewhere and give something exciting and go away. You know, me still like my music, you know. Where am I supposed to be going? No.
Don't cry, wipe your weeping eyes. Don't cry, no, don't cry, wipe your weeping eyes. Don't cry. No cry, me mama, no cry, me papa, no cry.
See, I like myself, you know. You see? And if I say that my soul, my spirit, my inner being send me here, somebody out there say a lie. Which lie? Which lie? When you don't know the truth. The truth. You see? So, when me and Principal at work, the soul, the spirit, did it. It works all the time. You see what I mean? Because it's a matter of our intention, which is based on our feeling, which is neutral and truth and true. You understand? So don't cry, because we are thinking about with mothers, we are thinking about with family, we are thinking about with brethren. You understand? Mikey, may God be with you, star. And you know, say that we is your family and we here. You understand? And we must support you in anything that you want done. Don't wait till a little more. Just make we know early. You see what I'm saying? And don't feel no way. Yes, man. Family. Yo, jammies me attack, you know. You little jammies, man. Yeah. A free jammies. See? Listen.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Wipe your weeping eyes. Don't cry. No, no, don't cry. Wipe your weeping eyes. Don't cry. No cry, me mama, no cry. No cry, me papa, no cry. No cry, me sister, no cry. No cry, me brother, no cry. We never born come see luxury. All we know was only pop. Many nights we would go to bed, not even a piece of bread. Education we didn't get much. Poverty has a better of us, but don't cry, don't cry. Wipe your weeping, don't cry. No, no, no. No cry, me mama, no cry. No cry, me papa, no cry. No cry, me sister, no cry. No cry, me brother, no cry. 'Cause I know that our day will come. Very soon the table will turn. Though we are poor, this we always learn. Woeful ways will bring woeful on. So we always try to economize.
See?
The best way for us to survive. So don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Wipe your weeping eyes. Don't cry. No, no, don't shed a tear. Wipe your weeping eyes. Don't cry. We never born in a luxury, born from no only pop. Many nights we would go to bed, not even a piece of dry bread. Education we didn't get much. Poverty has the better of us, but don't cry. No, no, don't cry. Wipe your weeping eyes. Don't cry.
Yeah, man. Mickey Simpson. Saying, yeah, God bless him soul. You know what I mean? Man, the youth, they work with Jack Ruby. You see? Yeah, instruments, everything set up and, you know what I mean? And then young man dies, you see? So, you know what I mean? The only surety that you have, that we have, is the life that we have, and that's it. You see? Guidance, word, sound, and power. Mighty Luciano.
Things that come up to bump. Things that come up.
Yeah, you must understand, you know, because I know it's enough of you coming late, you sign up, you do whatever you have to do, and then when the show finish, you're just in there. So you want us doing, subscribe and click the little bell or whatever it is that them have this us. You understand? So when we put on we show, you know, say we did it and you have it already. You know what I mean? And spread the news so because you don't get, none of you give in the comments. So you can set we on a steel like say on a stage like say, yeah, we right with everything we are saying. No, them things not work, man. give me a comment. Just don't blow all we and bloom, bloom, blah, and everything. Just give me a comment. It's not good. You need to do better. Rare, and don't do this. Give it that. Rare, and so forth. You understand? A good thing that, you know, it helps we, because we are trying to help ourselves. As a people, we not invest in me. We are trying to help ourselves as a people. You understand? Because once you touch the conscience of a person, that's all you have to do. When I don't understand how serious information is, you understand? All you have to do is just touch the conscience of a person and you move. You move mountains. You see? I mean, I want to move no mountain. The whole world will fly off in the galaxies and probably go in the wrong direction. You see what I mean? So you have to build mountains, not move them. Word, sound, and power. Man called Luciano. Listen, gone, guidance. God willing, Thursday, different things. You understand? We are still with the culture, with the spirituality. We are read a few more something and everything, and we reflect, because by this time people are gone outside there and vote. You see? Yeah. It's the time. Now you see, if we was organized, we would have taken a lottery and drop it right, because we are defend ourselves and we're not going to give up for a vote and waste it. You understand? We make sure it is beneficial to us. But where's our thinking? Where is our organizers? Where's our advisors? You know, where are they? You see what I mean? And they do exist. They do exist. I tell you, they do exist. You see? And that's all we require. And you see how quick now, when we are talking about trust, or we trust ourselves and the power that we have invested in us as a people, as a collective, and we are put with vote the right place. And then we have institution, then we have health clinic, then we have school. We can conduct ourselves in the first world properly. Nah, we're not doing it. We need to do it. And we can. We can. We have the capability, we have the potential, we have the understanding, we have everything. We just have to be willing and trustworthy, and you see how things work. I'm telling you. We're coming from an Islamic perspective in banking, we come perspective in living and everything. We're not tell everybody for say, hey, here what we will tell you this and show you this, but you have to become a Muslim first. That's entirely up to us, to anybody. That's them business. Everybody's prerogative. You understand? Our way of saying is that we don't taste the sweet. We live this. We not change this, and we will share our understandings and our appreciation with others. Simple. You understand? Sometimes it may seem that may make it seem that we're better off than some people and so forth. But may I tell you, we're 1,000 or billion% better off than any church. Any. You understand? And we know the Unitarians are full with brethren and sisterins. And we must find them. We know who they are. We know the people of the Torah. We know who they are. Not all of them, but we know who they are. And they know who we are. You understand? And then worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as Allah should be worshipped. The Unitarians then worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be worshipped. You understand? We know that. And we know Orthodox people, them followers of Moses and followers of Isa alayhi salam. And them love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes. And they obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as they should. You see? So we have to ask ourselves, is who we are do and who we are follow. You see? Luciana, guidance. Yes.
word, power, and sound. Rastaman I chant wicked Babylon down again then. With word, power, and sound. Again I chant wicked Babylon down. The wicked have we feel it, yes. The wicked have we feel it. Where is the story that has never been told?
True.
Where is the truth that they've already told?
Selection.
That's the for chanting cause we have to reveal.
Selection.
And I come against to bust up the sea. You see the children by the wayside.
Selection.
They are my joy and pride.
Ow.
Build up their faith, tell them Jah will guide.
Sin.
Keep the loving inside.
Luciano.
With word, power, and sound.
Settle Tippertone Massive.
Be shaking Babylon down.
And a road.
With word, power, and sound.
See, we can't help it, you know. We sweet. No matter where you try it, though. You understand?
And the big bag song with them called Tipper Town, and I got to make it be known. Big up the one like Roddy Bone, Ochipeng, and the Black Roses massive.
Can't put fire on the way. We're too good for it. Yeah, get used to it.
Things I come up to bound.
Mighty Luciano, listen.
Wicked man I feel it. Word, power, and sound. Rastaman I chant wicked Babylon down again then. With word, power, and sound. Again I chant wicked Babylon down. The wicked have we feel it. Yes.
Wicked.
The wicked have we feel it.
Wicked.
Where is the story that has never been told? Here is the truth that they've already told. Rastafari chanting cause we have to reveal. And I come against to bust up the sea. You see the children by the wayside.
Trust me.
They are my joy and pride.
See.
Build up their faith, tell them Jah will guide them. Keep the loving inside.
Yo, must remind you, on the 20th, God willing, of this month here, see, you're going to get best on the open, you see? Open to the public. Place called Roomies Cave. They are Quicker Wood. No. We are Kilburn. Yeah. We get a right place, man. We are sit down with some sisters, them, and we're having a conversation. In conversation. Yeah. First time around. Watch out. Hey, you know what? We might take all the sound system inside the place, man. The whole heap of Muslims and everybody. African thing, you know. So watch out. We'll tell you, give you more of it. You understand? In terms of the address. First time out on the road in all so much years. Because High Park used to be my lecture theater. And school, colleges, and prisons. So right now we are going inside for the first time. I talk about reflection. I look backwards to come forward and make people them know, say, the journey that our parents, you know, them 73 years, we are bringing it in conversation with some sisterins. Man them back off, come in the audience and sit down. You see? But we are sit down with some sisterins and reflect. I love it that way, you know. I love work with women. You understand? I'm not a poison dart, you know. I love work with women. I love women, trust women, love women. Because I love my mother. Love her. Bad. And my grandmothers. You see? You better understand that part there. Don't think say we don't love with fathers. Yeah, my grandfather and thing, but we love with mothers. You see? Love them too much, man. Can't talk more.
And then with word, power, and sound, then we would be shaking Babylon down.
Luciano, guidance.
With word, power, and sound.
You see me put it on pause, you know. Not me with a stay till tomorrow morning.
My bride, well, no, Babylon must go down. The wicked have been feeling, yes. When last time I'm not teaching, well, the wicked have been feeling, well. When last time I'm revealing, well, for nothing, but with righteousness we will rise and give Babylon surprise, cause with word, power and time.
You see, if a person was listening to them lyrics there properly, you understand, and see how profound they are, you understand, and teach a classroom and guide them, inspire them with those words, with these words that are used here, you don't know how much good we would have done to our children. But what did them man them do? The man them go to Europe, but them a look Euro, and become so dismissive of our children here. You understand? No, the other day now them have another dance, you know. You understand? Jemmy Magic and the Fat. You see? Because everybody try to resurrect themselves in a particular way. In a particular way. You see? Oh gosh, man. And by the time now say principal now check them going to have a whole heap of sad story and song forgive. Cause them know say a new dimension, a new proposition, a new intellect, a new streamer that they don't understand, yeah, is about to enter. And they will find a whole heap of objections and a whole heap of foolishness. You understand? For talk. But when I go on, I tell you, if you don't try to save the children them, it's not going to need saving. Seriously. Because there's no shortcut no more, you know. There's no shortcut. Prophecies reveal itself according to man's handy or unhandy work. Let that be understood. Because this is not a religious man, you know, it's a spiritual man, this. And those who grew up with me and know me, you know, they know that's the way I stand. And yesterday, years, yesteryears, you see. When you just have to be genuine, upright, man. I don't know what long pocket to go on with, but I know say Andy, I don't know him I go on with either. You see? Watch it.
I would never change my ways again. No, I won't. I could never change my ways again.
Scene, that's enough. That's one of my favorite artists back in the sound there when we'd have come out down there at Whittington Park. You see? I could never change my ways again. You know what I'm saying? Mighty Rob Taylor, gone, guidance. Best, you're joking, man.